Hello, if you're a local business in SA and you want Vince and I to join you on site for one of our live recording sessions of our podcast Livin', please reach out to us at hello@livinpodcast.com.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for expanded reach, customer interactions, and some authentic storytelling opportunities for your brand and business.
Not to mention fun.
Of course, it's fun. So email us today at hello@livinpodcast.com or via Instagram at livin_podcast, and we'll see you on site really soon. You're not writing the book?
No.
Oh, you're reading.
No, I'm reading Mel Robbins. Let them.
Mel Robbins.
Let them theory. Dougie.
Is that Dougie?
Dougie that we unplugged.
Yeah, Dougie is just saying, hey guys.
Like, guys, you've killed me.
And now.
I need a lifeline.
Phone a
There
friend.
you go. And he's out.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, Dougie.
What a funny thing to say. But your mama always said, look
Did you get it?
to the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy day. Your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy day. Your mama always said, look up into the sky.
Monday morning, Nance.
Monday morning rain is falling. I hope not.
I hope not.
Great song, though.
Great song.
Hey, welcome back to Livin'. You know me. You just give me any lead into a song and I'll take it.
Yeah, you're the
love
best.
it.
You're the best.
I love that. You're simply the
There
best.
it is. There it is. You know, I was feeling a bit blue last Monday.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now my brain. See, I don't normally have to think.
Oh, I got you
What
then.
song?
Blue Monday. Is
that current?
No, 80s.
Ah,
Blue
okay.
Monday.
Blue
Oh,
Monday.
that's all right.
Manic
Yeah.
Monday, but Blue Monday?
Just another manic Monday. Hey,
Oh, no. Yeah.
I am so excited to tell you
Tell me.
that,
What? We won Lotto.
oh my God, we basically have. We've got big things coming up later this
We do. We do.
We're,
Not that.
We're a few weeks into season 3 now.
Yes.
And like coming up in just, it's almost like, it feels like forever away, but it's only a few short weeks away. We've got a big interview that we are really, really close to.
Yes.
And it's very exciting.
It is very exciting, but we can't say anything. I mean, God forbid, you never know what could happen. But
That's
at the
right.
moment, we have locked in a biggie.
It's one that, you know, I'm only bringing it up because I want our listeners, hey guys, if you're watching, if you're listening.
And don't ask us, friends out there, say, who is it? No.
Oh, they've already been, because
Have
they
they?
said they heard it a couple of weeks ago because we did say there was big things coming up.
Yeah, but okay, so you're getting asked. Okay.
So I've been getting asked, but I just wanted to say all we need you guys to do is focus on the best success for Livin' Podcast this year. Because, you know, if you think of something for 17 seconds,
Yes.
you hold that thought,
Correct.
gives it a bit more energy.
Yes.
And if we all do it,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, what are we thinking about, Vince? We don't know who it is.
Yeah.
All I need you to do is think about sharing, liking, listening, to
Following,
Livin' Podcast.
subscribing.
Oh my God.
Jumping on, jump on.
There she is. She's back.
Okay, that was really bad singing. That
No,
one,
but that's okay.
okay.
But the fact that you're like a human karaoke machine.
Yeah. Oh, there's something.
There's a topic.
That would be my
Hey,
calling.
I had dinner last week
Yes.
with my brother, catching up with my brother.
Yes.
One of my favourite things to do. We actually just went away for the very first time together.
You did to see
It's
a
taken us
concert.
30 years to
Wow.
go away together.
Well, you're not going to go together when you're 5, are you?
No, no.
Do the
I was
maths.
10. I was 10. He was 5. I could have taken him away. No, but we went on a little trip. But we always think about, like, we were reminiscing on, we were planning Christmas because Christmas was coming up. It was
Yeah.
before Christmas we went away. And my sister-in-law, his lovely wife, she has gluten intolerance.
Oh,
So she's gluten-free like you. So I always think of you two.
gluten sensitivity for me.
Gluten sensitivity. Okay. Well, we're going to have to talk about that because I don't really,
I
there's a
know,
varying degree.
I know. It's quite annoying.
And I've got a lot
I'm
of
that
people.
person.
You see, but you are, but you're not. Like you've got gluten-free and veggie.
I know.
I've got other friends that are gluten-free, vegan. She's gluten-free and nut-free. She has to be
Okay.
completely severe nut allergy, my sister-in-law.
Wow, better not introduce her to me. I'm the,
Took me a second. Took me a
biggest
second. You're the
nut
biggest nut I
out
know.
there. Yeah,
But-
she might react.
Well,
Maybe that's the problem I've got with some people out there. Maybe
Oh
they
my
have
gosh.
nut allergies.
you've cracked it.
I've
You've cracked it in one, Nance.
done it.
That's what it is.
They've got a bloody nut allergy. That's why you don't like me, you
All
little,
right.
you little.
So from now
Nutters.
on, whenever I introduce you to new people, I'll
Yeah.
bring an EpiPen with me. and I've just had my first aid training today. I've just refreshed it, so I'm ready to go. Okay.
That's hilarious.
No,
Okay.
but it made me laugh when we were chatting about like Christmas, and again, I usually give out food gifts for my family, like Joy Panettone, always. And this year I did it for all my clients too, because I figured what's better than the traditional gift of my people at Christmas time, the cake that gets rotated around. But I have to find a gluten-free and a nut-free one. It's very hard to find, but there is one out there, thank goodness. But my brother raises this with me every year. He just reminds me, he goes, make sure there's no nuts in anything because it can kill her. And that made me think. I was like, pressure, because we were like, could you imagine if I mistakenly killed my sister-in-law? I would not be able to live with myself. But it got me thinking about foods that can kill you.
Yeah.
And how crazy that is.
Yeah.
And now, look, there are things that obviously make people sick, or you might have what did you say? A
sensitivity.
So how do you determine a sensitivity versus allergy, or talk me through that?
So mine isn't the fact that some people will eat it and react and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Mine is because I have thyroid issues, gluten will trigger my thyroid to go out of whack.
Right.
So that's why I should be on meds for my thyroid, but I refused. I'm one of those. I'm sorry. As long as I can.
That's okay.
But hey, it's been working for me for some years now. And by simply cutting out gluten, I should cut out dairy as well because it's inflammatory, but I got to live a little.
100%.
So by cutting out gluten, my thyroid has gone back into balance.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So
I actually didn't realise that gluten played such a big part in that.
Yes. A lot of people, it's not something that, maybe doctors talk about and whatever, but I've tried it, tested it, and it worked.
Yeah, right.
So
and when did you realise that you had this sensitivity?
Well, I didn't know I had any sensitivity because I eat it and I'm not celiac. I've had that test done, all of that. But when my thyroid was off the charts and I was looking at other options before I did go down the medical path of getting on the meds, I was like, well, what can I do naturally? Because it's the first thing I try and do. I did lots of reading and it's like gluten is a massive trigger.
Wow.
So that's when I was like, let me test it. And hey, it's not fun when you used to love,
oh my gosh,
all the bread.
Doing the whole like FODMAP. Did you do FODMAP?
No, not FODMAP. No, I just cut it. And you don't realise how many foods contain gluten. 100%. Not traces, meaning contain gluten. So anyway, I cut it and I went back in 3 months, had my bloods, and there was a drop in, because it was off the charts. And there was a drop. And so we were coming back down into range. And they're like, I'll give you another 3 months. And I'm like, okay. So I kept going. Keeps dropping to the point that now I am in range.
Okay.
And that is purely what I've done.
So your own management plan with your doctor?
Pardon? No, not with, I just did it. And she just said, what have you done? What have you done? And I said, I've just cut gluten. And she goes, she believes we do need some gluten in. And I was like, you know what, I'm sure I've had traces of it here or there along the way. But that was the bulk of it is that. And I'm like, it worked. So it's not like I'm going to eat something and friggin' blow up, fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thing, like the reality around foods and allergies and now like fatalities.
Yeah.
I find that really overwhelming as both a parent who might have other kids over.
Yes.
Working in schools.
Yes.
You're in schools a lot. You obviously work in the tuck shop a little bit.
Yes, I do. And can I just say, I'm just looking over because I'm on
I was eyeing them
here.
off. I was actually wondering if you're going to bring them over.
Well, yeah, I can. These here, I just had some little bickies here in case you got hungry, which these were my favourite. Thanks, Mum. Nonavix. So she always, and Jaden loves those as well, but now I can't eat them anymore because she puts flour in them.
And it's really upsetting for you, but it's great for me.
It is. So so anyway, it was this particular biscuit that a friend of mine came over one day and she was babysitting a friend of hers that, had a son, and she rang and she goes, oh, Nance, I don't know if I should say names or not, so I won't.
I know, we'll just use...
I said, she goes, I'm babysitting so-and-so today, same age as Jaden. I was thinking, if you're home, should I come over? I'll put his bike in the back. We can go for a beach bike ride and whatever. And I'm like,
Perfect.
Love that. So off we went, packed some snacks, packed a little backpack. We were walking, the kids were riding. Beautiful. We end up down at Henley Square. We sit down to have a coffee and whatever. Pull out the kids' snacks, and I've got a couple of these.
And they're so good. Can I just tell you, I'm tucking into that one.
Container for Jaden because he loved them. So I've got a couple of these, and I did say, I said, hey, does so-and-so have any allergies?
So you checked?
No. And he was there. He heard me. And he was of an age of, I think he was, 6, probably 6.
That's the part that I find nerve-wracking is when kids might not remember. But I feel like kids with allergies know because it's drilled into them, right?
Yeah. Well, so she said no because she didn't know. So anyway, as he started to eat this biscuit, I'm looking over at him and I'm like, he's going a bit red. Like he's getting a bit blotchy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, are you sure he doesn't have a nut allergy? And she's like, no, not that I know of, I've babysitted him before, I've never been told, whatever. Okay, no worries. So she rings the mum and the mum says actually yes to walnuts, which there's walnuts. They're covered in walnuts. Should have probably asked you that before I gave you one.
No.
Anyway,
I'll get to my allergies in a minute.
So that was that. So I'm like, she goes, but in his backpack, which we didn't bring. No, we didn't. I bought. In his backpack, he's got his medication in there. So you just give him one of those and he'll be fine. So this kid is literally changing by the second.
I can't
but we don't have a car because we walked because the kids were riding. So I luckily don't live that far, but far enough when it's kind of an emergency.
Oh, yeah.
So it's about an 8-minute walk.
Did
so
you run it in 3?
Oh my God, ran for dear life back home, got his backpack, got in the car, drove down there. They're waiting for me on the side of the road. Now he's started to – no, I've given him the tablet and within about, 30 seconds he started to vomit. And I'm like, oh, my God, is this child going to die on me?
Do I need to call the ambulance?
Yeah, exactly
100%,
right.
100%.
And that's what we were contemplating. And the mother was very, very calm on the phone, which is kind of good. But at that moment I was like, I need more here. I need more information. I need more. And when he's vomited, I've seen the whole tablet come out. And I'm like, okay, we need to do this again, buddy. So I've had to give him the tablet. I think
a different one.
A different one. Go through the
Obviously.
carrot. Go through the peas, the carrot. And given him one. Anyway, he is as blotchy as hell. So the moral of the story, he was fine in the end. Had we known, I would never have offered him that biscuit.
And that's the hard
but
part.
it was bloody scary. And can I just tell you the end of that story very quickly?
Please do.
So we've driven home now because I've got the car, got the kids home, called the dad. The dad's coming to get him.
Yep.
I thought, look, I think it's just best.
Someone take this kid out of my house.
I'm dying.
Because you're going to need counselling after that as well.
Absolutely, totally.
100%.
And so, we went home and, the dad's calm, and by now the kids calmed down and everything's gone back to normal. And after the dad's gone and he's gone to get the bike. I forgot the bike.
Bike's in Henley Square. Bike's gone.
The bike's down at Henley. The bike's down at Henley because in all the kerfuffle, I've forgotten both bikes down there.
Oh, Jaden's too?
Yeah. Because we were on the side of the road.
And then you get
He's
the car.
vomiting.
Yeah, of course.
So we left both bikes down there and I have literally left them here and run down there and yes, the bikes
Did you get
were
them
still
back?
there. Yes, they were. What a day.
Wow.
What a day for one little bicky.
Yeah, look.
One little biscuit.
It's how the cookie crumbles, they say. I just think that's wild. I find it difficult as a parent sometimes when you're strapped for lunch ideas.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like when we were kids,
Yes.
you come home from school, right? And you'd be like, Mum, I loved that peanut butter sandwich today.
Yes.
Guess what? You're getting that peanut butter sandwich every day for the rest of your life until you say, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, she'll give you Fritz and sauce. And you go, I love that Fritz and sauce. You're getting that every day. But we try to make a bit more variety.
But no more peanut butter sandwich now.
No more peanut butter. And even like
that's hard, yeah. It depends what happens in your household, but we're the same. I don't make a lot of like protein balls with almond meal and stuff
Joya's
like that.
making muesli bars. She's making muffins. We do a lot of fruit and veg in the kids' like lunch boxes. There's like this morning it was like cherry tomatoes, red capsicum, cucumber, Nutri-Grain bar, packet of chips. He had Fritz and sauce today.
Yeah.
3 plums. He wanted 4, but he only said 3 because I don't want him to poop himself. Keep him regular. But like tons of fruit. But then there are those days where he's just like, I just want a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, I know.
And you're like, I can't.
Yeah.
Or the days where I'm strapped for ideas and I'm like, I'll do peanut butter and jelly. And then Joya's like, no peanut butter. And I'm like, oh my God, okay.
You
yes, of
actually
course.
do that.
What?
Peanut butter jelly, like the peanut butter and jam.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you never?
You little yank.
Yeah. Have you never?
Wow.
You've never done it?
I actually haven't, no.
Have you had maple syrup and bacon? Have you had bacon and pancakes? Tell me you've had bacon and pancakes.
I've seen that. Yeah, I mean, now I'm veggie, but if there's a tiny bit of, because I hate the taste of meat, so I'm not for any other reason. I had one bad experience.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
But I don't think bacon tastes like meat.
Taste
If it's
like
really
meat.
it's crispy bacon or
Tastes
something.
like salty,
if there's
delicious
the
heaven.
tiniest bit in something that's tastes smoky and salty and whatever, I'm not offended by that at all.
Bless
if
you.
I eat it, that's fine. But no, I have seen bacon on a pancake. Have not
It
eaten that.
is-
And maple syrup.
Are you joking? Candied bacon. If you're out there and you love crispy bacon, put some maple syrup on that bad boy. If you're having pancakes, put bacon on the pancakes. Put maple syrup on all of it. Canadian breakfast. That's what it's called. You could do it with waffles and bacon. I do it with bacon, eggs, and pancakes all together.
Wow.
I might just be a weirdo.
That's
not
new.
news. That's not news if I'm a weirdo. But it's something you should definitely try.
Yeah, maybe I won't.
Leave that one for another day. But no, I was going to say, you mentioned allergies before and like finding those sensitivities. I've definitely noticed as I've gotten older that things have changed a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And
it's going to keep changing.
Here
Sorry.
we go. No. We will do another episode this season about getting older. But today we're focusing on just the food part. So it's for me, like I definitely noticed that milk,
Yeah, okay.
dairy, all of a sudden is making me feel like a hot air balloon.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
As soon as I have it, Nance, I'm
yes.
like,
yeah.
oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah.
I love pasta.
Yeah.
As you know. I love most foods.
You do. Yep.
Some of them are starting to hurt me, and I just don't know why something that I love so much would hurt me so badly, like pizza.
And that does happen. Things that you always used to eat, all of a sudden
What
you cannot
the heck is that?
tolerate. Yeah, that's age.
Is it? So I mentioned before, I don't have any allergies that have ever been
that you know of.
confirmed,
Yep.
right? But I love apple juice.
Oh, you just mentioned this. This is hilarious.
I love apple juice, but I can't drink it anymore. And I haven't for about 15 years at
I've
least.
never heard this reaction.
I don't know what it is, Nance, but I love it. But every time I have apple juice, and even if I have like apple ciders, they really make me feel very bloated and immediately, which is crazy because when I was 18, I used to drink these things like candy and water. But I will shit my pants. So it's too much information.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when you
If
said
I
that, that's
have
crazy.
apple juice, almost immediately I feel
Jeez, but if you want
nauseous
to
and I'm like,
detox,
oh yeah, no, drop a couple kgs.
no.
Drop a couple kgs quickly.
Oh my
Do not
God.
recommend. Do not recommend.
This juice fasting. Hey, just get some apple juice for
Apple
you.
juice.
Done.
And even like I'll have where were we? We were out at a cafe a little while ago and I had a breakfast juice. And literally, it didn't have it on there though. I'm sure it wasn't listed. And I had it. And about halfway through, I said, and I said to Joy, I said, I reckon there's apple in this. And I asked, I was like, is there apple? He goes, oh yeah, there's apple juice. I was like, there it is. But it's not an allergy so much. Would you call that a sensitivity?
I don't. Yeah, it must be.
I just don't know what it is though.
yeah.
Why apple juice? Why?
don't
Orange
know.
juice, fine. Pineapple, fine. Tropical, fine. But apple, anything with apple immediately makes me upset these
One
days.
of our listeners out there, probably a
Someone
naturopath
knows.
out there. They
Oh
will
my
know.
gosh,
They'll know.
biophilia. I'll get in touch
Yes,
with
yeah,
Connie
yeah,
and Lucky down
yeah.
at Biophilia. We'll have a word with them.
Have a word.
Oh, will
Have
I
a word.
will.
But the other thing I do, and I've gone a bit, when I and I told you, I was always a little bit woo woo.
A little bit.
No. Back in the day, I was a little bit. I always was that little bit. However, when we were trying for a baby, and
Isn't that just the best fun, though? We'll talk about that. in
well,
another episode.
you know, until it wasn't fun, until it's a science experiment. Awesome. You put the egg in the bottle. If only it was that bloody simple.
Put the egg in the bottle.
Well, that's exactly what we kind of had to do.
Yeah.
The egg in the petri
That's
dish.
fair.
Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, so I was always a little bit woo-woo, but then when we were struggling, I thought maybe it's something I'm doing. And as much as I thought I was fairly clean in the way I ate and whatever, there was always things that I could improve. So I started just going crazy with it all. Like, you know how I wash my fruit and veg, like
Baking soda.
yeah, the lemon oil and blah
All
blah
that
blah, all
jazz,
of the
yeah.
things, all the things. So I became a bit more and more and more, and then I've finally been gifted my son. So then I was in protection mode, and you can't have this, you can't have that, and I was very, very protective of what went to his body until at least 3 years old. At least
Definitely. But
he
even
hadn't
then,
had
like,
sugar or anything.
did he have? I don't want to put his medical information out there.
Yeah.
Does he have any allergies?
No, not that I know of. No.
Right. Okay. So like.
I was just trying to clean out his system from the minute he was born, going in for an operation.
But I think that's
going
hard,
in
isn't
every
it a bit-
3 months. So I just
Yes.
wanted him to be as clean as possible
Sterile.
because I knew that I was going to have to pump this stuff into him, you know, anesthetic to put him to sleep every time he went in for a procedure, that I'm like, okay, well, that's what I can't control. The in-between I can control. So I became a bit anal with that. Anyway, of late, I used to have another app, but of late I've got the Yucca app on my phone.
The what now?
Yucca, if that's how I say it. Anyway, Yucca app. It is YUKA.
Yucca.
Yucca app.
Right.
And it's kind of good. It is good, and unless you get like a little bit too much into it like myself, you just can scan the products in a shop. You scan it and it'll come up, it'll basically tell you good or bad straight away.
As in like all of the ingredients, the additives.
It'll just tell you if it's good. If it's in the green, it's good. Like it hasn't got any harmful stuff. If it's poor, it tells you why. But there's some stuff that I thought being, you know, healthy and blah, 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 that were good. But I'm learning that is bad. And I'm like, why is that so bad? I'm just trying to bring up an example.
Well, you bring that up.
You bring that up.
I guess that's the other thing as well. There's a lot of misconceptions and unknowns.
Yep.
And a lot of the things that are packaged and branded as healthy or the better option.
Yep.
It's the other things they put in to remove and replace the baddies that sometimes are worse, right?
Yeah.
It's like the fake sugars.
Like sometimes you may as well have the real shit.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I only drink real Coke.
Yeah, I know.
Don't bring me no sugar. Don't bring me Pepsi Max, because they make me feel yucky.
Yep.
The fake sugars make me feel sick. Just drink the real shit.
Yep. So this particular thing here, it's I won't give you brands, but it's a sourdough.
Loves a sourdough.
And I can actually tolerate a little bit of sourdough because the fermentation process has broken it down for me. My body's not having to work too hard, blah, blah, blah. My thyroid can handle it. End of story. So this particular one, because I went through the I'll make my own phase, I went to buy one and I was like, oh, and what does it contain? It contains a texturizing agent, which is hazardous. And this additive is generally used as an emulsifier. Emulsifiers are believed to disrupt the intestinal flora and increase the risk of autoimmune disorders, allergies, and inflammatory diseases. There's others that I've scanned in the past that literally have been proven to be cancer. Oh my God, what's that word? Carcinogenic. Carcinogenic. I'm like, it's okay. I always get confused. Carcinogenic. So, and there's things that like, I'm like, oh my God, there's a particular cheese that is just, I mean, we know that cheese is fattening, but out of 100,
delicious.
It gives it 2 points out of 100.
2 points.
2 points. It's probably for the packaging.
Oh my God.
Probably looks pretty. So now I've gone like, oh my God. But it's amazing when I look at this stuff. And did you see on the morning show, it was on the news going back a few months ago, how they were saying that, you know, Aussies no longer will be enjoying fairy bread. There was a story about it. And then it was because of additive 123, the number of preservative 123 and 103 that were in it. And they were saying it really messes with kids' behaviour, right?
But what are we expecting?
Yeah, I know. But these particular ones, they've really looked into it and they're finding that the kids that are consuming it a lot have got real behavioural issues.
Wow.
Yeah, so just stuff like that.
And is that something that's on the hundreds and thousands?
Yes, hundreds of thousands. So I've run home, checked it,
Get rid of
and
all
that wasn't
100,000.
And that was sometimes food anyway. But I'm like, I don't care. It's a never food. It's a never, or the one I was buying, because lo and behold, 123, 103 in the bin.
Well, I was just talking to someone the other day about this. I reckon it might have been you.
Yeah, I think I was talking about it because I was flabbergasted.
Because I was saying how I don't do organic wines.
Yeah.
Like I love wine.
Yeah.
But
I've tried.
Every time I've had organic ones, and I know they're probably great.
Yeah.
They've actually given me more of a headache.
Right.
Than the other ones that have the additives and preservatives in it. And I think it must have been you.
We
were like
had this conversation.
222 or 220 is the
220.
sulfate. 220? There you go. Sulfate, that's your problem.
Yeah.
That one there.
In the wine.
And
I've tried organic, and I do like organic. I don't mind organic wine at all.
Yeah.
I find that I can breathe easier at the end of, my second glass if I make it to 2. Whereas if it has got that, most of them have, or if it's got a low dose of preservative 220, I'm okay.
220.
But if it does have a high dose, Nancy will look like Rudolph in like, by the end, my nose will go red, I'll puff up and I can't breathe. And everyone's like, are you all right? And I'm like, I'm having a great time.
They just got to put like more, I don't know, is it more warning signs to say like it may, I know they say
they
may
all
contain
say
nuts and stuff, but should they put a bigger warning sign? So for example, like I'll go back to my sister-in-law and my former housemate as well was gluten-free, and the only chocolate that he would eat at Easter time was Kinder.
Yeah.
Because he was like, Kinder is nut-free.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
dairy-free, not dairy-free, nut-free and gluten-free.
Is it nut-free, Kinder?
Well, hang on.
Hazel? No?
Well, you would think this, but
I would think hazelnuts in
so,
Kinder.
but we've bought that. But my sister-in-law,
Yeah.
I'm going back now, probably like 3 or 4 Easters.
Yeah.
I remember she was like, no, I can have Kinder chocolate.
Okay.
So we bought little Kinder eggs. And she was like, oh my God, these are great. And she's popping them, having a good time. Must have been about 15, 20 minutes later. She was like,
Kinder surprise.
guys, go.
Maybe that was the surprise.
That was the
Jim.
surprise, the allergy. She goes, my tongue feels a bit funny. My tongue feels like maybe just, so straight away they're like, oh my God, in the car, straight to the chemist, antihistamine, like it was a low dose.
Yeah.
But then when we went back and looked, it was like a very small, and I think she might have walnut allergy.
Yeah, because
as
some
well.
people it's particular.
I'll double check because
Yes,
she
'cause
can work with it. Like she's definitely, she makes a rice pudding at Christmas time, which is
Yeah.
full of slivered almonds. So
rice pudding, slivered almonds. Whoa.
it's like a German, it's beautiful.
I was just going to say.
Oh my God, it's one of my favourite
Hey,
things.
rice,
at
gluten
Christmas.
free. Hand it over. I can have that too.
Yeah. I'll get the recipe, and you'll love it. You actually will love it. But no, it's this nut thing. But even then, she was surprised.
Yeah.
And again, so even on that day, I was like, right, scratch Kinder off the list for her.
Yeah.
I don't want to be responsible for killing my family.
Wow. And just in the blink of an eye.
Well, people do it on purpose too, Nets.
What do you mean?
People poison their family all the time.
Oh, as in to actually, like,
Yeah.
you're talking news headline
Yeah,
stuff.
talking
I'm
news
like,
headline
hang
stuff.
on a minute.
What about that person who did those mushrooms? Didn't they cook mushrooms in a pasta for their family and killed the whole family last year in Melbourne?
God, yes.
In Victoria?
Yes.
Legals? Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, wild.
I know dietaries can be just like a fancy term sometimes, and people want a bit of a, a
Okay,
thing. And we
well-
have spoken about having a dietary on an aeroplane meal. You get your meal faster.
Get your meal first, or if you're at McDonald's and you say, oh, I don't want onion in that, you'll get fresh
you'll get
burgers, mate.
Yes.
What about like, I've got a friend who's always like, I don't eat seafood, just won't eat it. But they say they're allergic. But this brings me to another topic, which we'll put on for next week, maybe,
Okay.
which is allergies versus when people just say it's okay, like, oh, it's okay, there's onion on it, just pick it off.
Yeah.
Versus I'm allergic to onion. Then once you know someone's allergic to something, people will go to the nth degree to protect you.
True.
But if they just go, oh, it's just a bit of, just pick it off.
Yeah, and
We'll
it's
talk
a
about
common
dogs
topic
again.
because dietaries has become more and more
Way more
common.
common. Now everyone's got so many different ones. It's not
Yes.
just about gluten-free, it's not
No.
vegetarian. It's vegan, gluten-free,
Yeah.
dairy-free, nut-free, cheese-free, sucrose-free.
It's got to be something that we're consuming.
What are we doing?
It's
But you
got
know what it
to
is?
be.
Do you know what it is?
What?
Is that food from 50 years ago is not food that we're eating today.
No, absolutely
Everything is mass produced. Unless you are buying organic or you're buying from, farm to plate, markets or whatever.
Yeah.
You're really getting everything
Yeah.
that's just made in a warehouse or in a factory.
Yeah.
Food is not the same. So our
No.
bodies surely are breaking down things differently and responding differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
Foods that
crazy.
can kill you. That's what I wanted to talk about today.
That's why in between the ones that can kill you, stay healthy, look after yourself.
Oh my gosh, you saw me roll up
Okay.
with a healthy lunch today, Nancy. You
You
were so impressed. I
did.
rolled up today with lunch. I didn't just buy it.
No.
Had a beautiful pork schnitzel and a salad with a pineapple. There was a
I
bit-
have questions with the schnitzel being healthy, but that's okay.
It was pork. It was lean pork schnitzel. Does that count? No.
I don't know.
Okay.
See, I am terrible.
Well, this is interesting because
You
maybe
got to live a little.
I'm just living, guys.
Hey,
Just living.
what an ending.
What an ending.
Just
I
like
love
that.
it. But, have a great week wherever you are. And
Wow.
get onto Instagram, follow, like, share.
Yes.
@living_podcast.
Absolutely. And after that, next week's episode, people will be wanting to know what you're allergic to so they can
Poison me.
come get ya.
Oh, my gosh. Don't come for me. Just
Let you be. Let them.
Let them.
Let them.
Let them.
Mel Robbins.
She's the
let
best. Mel and Tony. We should invite them onto the show.
Mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun.